Hi ho, my mischiefs. How is everyone? Keep in mind, real quick, I am, as we speak, cleaning my earlobes. Well, I guess just my inner ear. That's not my earlobe, but it's because I had taken a nice shower after working out, which I think probably quelled my freak out a little bit more. Yes, I'm okay. It's only the issue is that I think I got in my head, which given I'm still a little concerned, but long story short, I've been shaking this whole day. Yeah, only slightly, and I thought it was just hunger shakes, but it didn't go away even after I had eaten lunch, and I was afraid that I was so weak, I wasn't really super balanced, so I was super careful with working out today. But if I'm able to work out, I feel like I'm fine, right? But still, no matter, my hands were shaking a lot even during work. And I was like, well, why won't it go away, right? After eating, it should probably go away. And I've been complaining that I've been hungry as of late. I think I'm stressed and that's why I just want to snack all the time. But the main issue is I had one of the worst migraines I have ever had in a really long time. And typically, let me just transition over here. Hi ho, mischiefs! I'm just sharing a little bit about what I was dealing with beforehand. The mini freak out basically was because I had a really intense migraine. I haven't had one in a while in Saturday, and that had affected my speech, my ability to walk. I was stumbling around and I couldn't see because everything was so bright. And given it kind of ruins my little family hangout. I went to see my family that day. So this is a whole little ranting bag about what we were talking about in my Discord channel for the cheesy Masai. And it is my health has been yo-yoing for so long so far, since the beginning of this year, when I moved. And I think I wonder if it's truly just me trying to adjust or poor habits. It could be a combination of everything. And given sorry, my ear is so itchy right now. I'm using a Q-tip right now to clean it, and the mousse is pretty clean. There's nothing on the Q-tip. It's just really itchy right now. Feels good when you itch it though. Because you can't really put a finger in your ear, especially when you want to itch the inner inside. But I digress. Basically, my mini freak out is I didn't know what to do since I've been eating. I did double the amount of water that I typically intake. I also had drank electrolytes. I have been trying to treat myself well today, yet I could not stop shaking. And given shaky hands make me panic a lot, mainly because, I'm an artist. If my hands are shaking, chances are that I can't draw straight lines, have my normal ability to hold pencils and whatever. And that worried me. I remember back in the day when I was trying to speed draw, and I didn't realize speed painting, when you just speed up the actual video, was a thing. I genuinely tried to draw that fast, and I don't know if you guys remember in I don't know if it was Nickelodeon or if it was on Cartoon Network, where they had the 10 minutes with the artists. I specifically remember Danny Phantom, Timmy Turner, and Avatar, that they would have the artists who create the animations draw in 15 minutes how they would draw Aang or Katara or Danny Phantom and stuff like that. So I thought that legitimately, I could just be one of those people that drew super fast. Cannot for the life of me anymore. But yeah, ranting aside, is I felt like I was holding in my worry about maybe that migraine had did something to my brain and now I'm like forever altered, or even temporarily, was scary. Like the fact that maybe the migraine was the cause of me being unsteady, couldn't really walk straight, feeling weak all the time. But yeah, Xanon, as much as you said, like technically I was thinking about all the stuff I was eating, and I didn't have any meat today. And I am a big meat eater, but primarily maybe I had low iron. Sorry, Emma. I'm trying to dry my hair, clean my ears. Your girl is being hygienic right now. And yeah, these worries were really, really like getting to me. And after I worked out, I was honestly a little bit upset of how weak I am. And given your girl could probably use as much encouragement as possible, because coming from somebody who is really, really active and really like athletic, and that's the first time I guess I could ever really say I wasn't like Olympian level athletic, but I had a lot of discipline and dedication to the sports that I would be a part of. And the fact that I can't do like simple maintenance or conditioning, it really gets to you because, not to say, oh, I peaked in high school or peaked in college. It's like I let go of myself. And given by no means do I look bad, it's just like you forget to like give that love to yourself, or maybe it's just really hard to find the time to do so. Like your priority list changes. And like, that's a little sad. I think I neglect my health quite a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you guys maybe have your moments, but maybe this month has just been like, oh, I moved in. Oh, job, I need to make sure I keep things afloat. Oh, I really want to knock out a lot of these projects, and my health has kept being knocked down a couple pegs and not my primary priority. And like, this kind of really scared me, because like, technically 25 is still young, but it's also a really big metamorphosis milestone where like females technically go through their second puberty. Like our metabolisms aren't that strong. Like this is for everyone, not just females. The way that your body starts to ache and whatnot, and you're like, it's just navigating early adulthood, not like 21 where you're freshly like, what is it, turned into an adult. You could do lots of things in legal ages. It's just like, it changes. Especially like, I don't count the first couple years where you're trying to figure out where you fit in the corporate world or your job world. It just changes. And that's why I'm like, wow, I really have been neglecting myself despite not being like, I mean, at this point, maybe you guys are gonna call me chronically ill. I think it's just a phase. It's just a phase, Mom. Maybe like my emo phase, given the alt girl in me still lives supreme, but I digress. It's like just a couple months of severely neglecting my health probably has resulted in this. And I just actually asked my mom a couple days ago when she had her aneurysm. And if you guys don't know what an aneurysm is, it's basically when your weak brain vessels explode in your brain and like your skull basically fills with blood. And that's how you die. And it is a really traumatic experience because many people don't even know that they're going to have an aneurysm. It often happens pretty instantaneously, maybe a couple seconds or so, and it can happen at any time. My mom was very, very lucky, and I've shared this many times before because I think her story really resonates with me, but also weak brain cells, I think, or brain veins, can be passed down, so my sister and I are susceptible for aneurysms or high migraines. So, you know, when you're younger, you're like elastic, you're like rubber, you bounce back from it most of the time. I also felt the same way. And as I'm getting older, like, I've been having so many health problems. It's not even funny. So I just feel like I panic at the littlest things. The littlest things, just because you never know what if. For my mom, it was 2 days of her skull basically filling up with blood, having the worst headaches in the world. And she finally called the doctor, her neurologist. And unfortunately, the neurologist was seeing a patient, like triple booked. And the wife of the doctor was actually dropping off his lunch and picked up the phone when my mom had called. There was no slots. There was absolutely no slots to see the doctor that day. And the lovely wife was like, oh, I'll squeeze you in during his lunchtime. And given this is during the time where, I mean, I think doctors, because of all the schooling that they do, they really genuinely care for the patients. But like, they go above and beyond. Some of these doctors like genuinely feel like they can't rest because what if that was another life that they could have saved? And this is legitimately true. Like, my mom is technically, I don't want to call it a freak story because it's not like that grand, but if she had her brain like aneurysm trickling for another day, she probably would have passed and I wouldn't have had a mom. And I was like 8 at the time. I didn't know what was going on. They hid it very, very well to me. And even then, I had an inkling something was wrong, but I didn't know what. They never explained it to me. I just knew that my mom was sick. Very, very sick. They rushed her to the ER. They were able to remediate it. And I don't know if it was like low chance of like survivability. I don't know any of that stuff. But my mom's 50th birthday, she actually had shared that it's been 25 years of her living and that it was like a second chance given by God. Basically 3 miracles happened, like 3 angels, the wife, the doctor, like everyone that had told her to get checked out finally did. And I cannot be more grateful. That's why I'm still like, I can't say I'm still a Christian, but low-key, I have always been, at least when I was younger, pretty religious. I used to talk to God, like, while I'm praying, like, one of those little kid things to do where you get on your bed, and at least for me, if any of you guys practice other faiths, this is kind of like what it would go. I went to Catholic school when I was younger, like elementary, and then I would go back home, and I would hop on my bed at like 8 p.m. and be like, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and I would like give multiple prayers and practice, and then I'd be like, hey God, I wanted to show you this, and guess what? I got like an A+ on my spelling exam, but like, you probably already know that because you're omniscient and stuff, but I just wanted to let you know because I'm super proud of it, and I want you to know I'm working hard in my life so you can smile down on me. But also, did you know I made a new friend today? Her name's Catherine, and we played tag in the courtyard, and like I would just basically tell God everything, despite like it being well known that God sees everything, basically. And I would do this nonstop, without fail, every night. As I grew older, I think there's a phase everyone goes through, like in high school, where it's not like, especially for Christians, like you get past communion and then maybe your family kind of wanes a bit in their commitment to going to church. And that doesn't mean that we're not faithful. I believe that you can practice faith anywhere. But for me and my family, I think like I didn't talk to God very much. At least when I was growing up. I felt like maybe a lot of my focus was like, oh, who am I? Oh, who do I want to be? Oh, I need to work really hard to get into these colleges. A lot of it was like here and now. And then like now, for me moving out, all of the blessings that I've had, like keeping my job or being able to buy a house, I still thank him time to time, and occasionally I'll go to church. But I often find myself thinking, like, how lucky I am. I never want to become somebody who is taking for granted of a lot of the opportunities that I've been given, and I've been given a lot. Since now that I'm older and I'm able to understand the gravity of all the lovely chances that God has given me, especially being able to have both my parents, because not a lot of people have that. Sometimes people grow up in broken homes or less fortunate situations, and I was lucky enough to have both. You know, I have a lot of friends that at least for me, maybe I really genuinely live under a rock, because I thought that you will always have a mom and dad, but that's not the case. Again, you could also have two dads, you could have two moms, you could have one mom, one dad, a grandparent. Like, there are so many different varieties, and it never occurred to me. I just never thought about it. So all in all, I just wanted to, this was a rant. Wow, we derailed so far from the conversation that I wanted to share my mom's survival story. And the reason why I was sharing it is because I'm so proud of my mom and I'm so thankful for it, but mainly that my sister and I also, at a very early age, have been monitored for migraines. We started them pretty early. And my mom had gotten her aneurysm when she was 30. So very young, very, very young. And at least I think it was 30. It could have been 32. I don't know, something really close to that, but I digress. Maybe the math isn't mathing out. You guys know math is not my strong suit. But I am a little worried. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing to overreact, given if I'm shelling out lots of clams and doubloons to get myself checked and nothing is wrong, too unnecessarily. But I think to treat everything, if you're not feeling good in your body, I think is a good thing. And for me, unfortunately, I hesitate to go to the hospital. I do have appointments, I get annual checkups and all that. It's mainly that, like, I want to make 100% sure that something is wrong. And for me, I might be freaking out over nothing, right? And I don't want to talk myself out of it, but I feel like I'd need to, like, break a leg in order to use the hospital. I know that's not good mentality, but because I lived in a house with a nurse, like my mom is a nurse that has seen a lot of things, I just feel like, oh, this cold is probably nothing, right? Like, I feel like I could probably handle it. Also, like, I guess maybe because I live in America, sometimes the healthcare I'm a little nervous with. I do have, like, medical insurance, health insurance, but that still doesn't make me any less worried about going to the hospital. But yeah, I actually have to tell you guys something, and I don't want you guys to panic. No panicking. Is, let's see. So Saturday, and I was looking forward to the weekend, right? Saturday, I got this crazy migraine that, like, melted my left side of my brain, affected my speech, my motor skills, and being able to see. Sunday, I feel like I didn't do anything. Legitimately. I was just doing some household chores, and I hear a pop. And the pop I realized I think my old gymnastics injury on my right hand shoulder, my rotator cuff, it popped out of place. And it wasn't like something I could re-pop into place. I was trying. I was like pushing myself against corners of the house. I was trying to shift and like rotate my arm. Everything seemed like it was like 95% fine, but it was just like the extra 5% not quite right, not in there. And I realized the pop actually shifted my collarbone. And like, okay, I don't think you guys know. So I've had this like three times in my life, and I haven't really told I don't think I freak out too much about it. I was technically freaking out on Sunday because nothing was working, but I was an acrobat, okay? And an acrobat does things without mats. Like, you tumble, you do backflips on hard floors, sometimes cement, no spring floors. Like, think of me like a circus freak. And there's one thing you should know. I can fold my body into a donut, and I can roll like a donut on its side, like a wheel, forward and backwards. So let me tell you this. I can do like fully curve in my spine and have my feet touch my head, and I can roll like a wheel. That was my party trick. That means I use my chest. I can roll on my stomach, my chest, my face, and keep repeating it, going from my feet to my legs to my stomach and my chest, and keep going again and again and again. And I could do that forwards and backwards. And that was my trademark skill. Because when you are taught this in acro, in dance classes, they legitimately tell you to just trust yourself. Like, you arch your back, you're on your knees, arch your back, and you're supposed to pray that you curved your spine enough and you slap yourself against the floor, and you're supposed to use the crescent, the curve of your jaw to your face and your collarbone and your chest muscle, and pray that you had enough momentum to push yourself to the other side. And when you're learning this, the chances are that you like break your jaw, break a collarbone if you smack yourself too much. Like that, you could get bruising consistently. I myself was a bendy girl. Your girl was a bendy mouse. Like a ferret. Like a stoat. No bones, liquid bones. And I was able to do it without having bruises all over my face. There was one venue, I remember this very distinctly, that they had no practice mats. And those are a luxury, by the way. There were no practice mats. You like it when it's wood floor. You do not like it when it's cement. There was no wood floors to use. And they had told us, we need to warm up, ladies. We need to warm up for our all-star presentation, because we could win the platinum trophy. And girls, you know what you have to do. You definitely need to warm up because you don't want to get yourself injured. Little do they know, people can definitely get injured on cement floors, right? So they're like, all right, girls, go ahead, perform your donuts, do it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, it's my solo. I do it across the stage. That means a good like 10 cycles of me donating. And well, I was clearly not warmed up correctly, but I did it over and over and over. And I think I felt a crunch. And I just remember going back home, and I was like, Mom, my shoulder has been really bothering me. I think I pulled something. And she's like, oh, we could give you like salompas and some ice on that. You did a really, really good job. You did a really, really good job. And I'm like, thanks. I was really proud of my performance, but it's like really hurting. She's like, don't worry, I'll massage it for you and make sure it's okay. Very next morning, by the way, my body was shifted. Like, well, I had scoliosis, right? Very slight scoliosis, but my shoulders, you could quite literally tell either it was it was swollen or if it was uneven. Like I looked like a tilted axle. And my mom's like, why are you standing like that? And I'm like, Mom, I'm not choosing to stand like this. Like, what's wrong with me? Why does it hurt so much? Why does it hurt so much? And she starts rubbing around and she's like, you're intact, you can move your arm, like nothing's wrong with your rotator cuff. And I'm like, but it's so tight and so sore. And she's like, but like here, and she like digs her finger like under my collarbones, and I'm like, ow, that kind of hurts. And she's like, yeah, I know, because I'm really massaging your muscles right now. And I'm like, but it really, really hurts. Like, and I look at myself in the mirror and it looks like my collarbone has an additional bump. It felt like it looks like that. Like my collarbone is slightly curved. And I'm like, Mom, was that always there before? And she's like, what are you talking about? I don't see anything. And I'm like, I think I like bruised my collarbone. Or maybe even worse, did I break it? And she's like, nonsense. You're still talking. You're not writhing in pain. Like you also can still move your arm. Like you're good. You're fine. And for 2 weeks, I was like partially swollen and really in pain. It went away. I was still doing acro classes. I had it 3 times a week. And I was still doing the same routines and stuff like that. And I never went to the hospital for it. It happened again in college because I was I was pulling out the good old party trick, and I slammed myself again without preparation or warm up into tile in the freshman dorms. And I did hear a pop there, but it came back in very, very fast. So I just knew I was sore for a couple days, but I actually think my collarbone may have actually been really severely bruised. I don't know what a fracture feels like. Like maybe it was sprained. Maybe that's a better word for it. But I think my collarbone is actually slightly wrong. And just yesterday, I know you guys are saying I shouldn't be glossing this over. I know I'm smiling and laughing about it just because it was so long ago. And maybe this is partially traumatic. Because like, I think it also feeds into why I feel like, oh, I have to be dying. I feel like I have to be dying to go to the hospital. Like, I don't think I've broken a bone, and knock on wood for that. But like, what if I did and I just never went to get it fixed? Like, I actually am questioning a lot of it. A lot of my injuries are muscle related, but what if? You know what I mean? So yesterday, I think I was folding clothes or whatever I was doing, and Jam was out of the house, and I hear a pop, and it's like 95% there, and I'm like, what? Why does this feel so familiar? And then I look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like trying to take off my shirt, and not to be taken in the wrong way. I'm like yanking the collar of my shirt, and I'm like rubbing around, and my skin is so red because I'm rubbing and trying to feel. Oh shoot, I'm feeling my collarbone right now, and I shit you not, it looked exactly the way it was before. Like, it looked shifted. Like, I felt like my body was tilted, and I was like, oh, hell no! So now I'm like rotating my arm, like arm circles to all hell. I'm like moving my arm back and forth, hoping that it will crack. I'm hearing crack, 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 crack. And I'm like, why is it not slingshotting back in? Like, what? I've never had my collarbone come out in a really long time. And now I'm like pressing. I'm like, maybe it's just a muscle. Maybe I pulled something. And I'm starting to massage it. And it is sore. But every time I get to like where the bulb of the collarbone is, like my skin like shakes. Like it's like, oh, it's just right there. Like, I need to move it. I need to move it. I need to pop it. And so now for about an hour, I've been like massaging my chest and then trying to push my collarbone like back in its spot. And I'm like, okay, that really kind of, you know, when you're trying to like get a muscle or a knot out, it felt like you're so tense, like something's about to pop again. And I'm like, oh, this is it. This is what I have to do. But me being the chicken, I don't like full send it, because I'm like, well, what if I push it and then I like break my collarbone? Like, what if it's just so fragile? What if it's like the reason why it's not going in right is because if I force it in, I'll just like snap it? What happens? So now I'm worried, and I'm like, maybe it will just go back on its own. So for the full like 12 hours yesterday, I am telling Jay, I'm like, I can't move my arm a certain way. He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I can't like rest on it this way. I can't roll like if I'm laying down, and it's really, really tense. and it was like 11 yesterday. It was 11 at night, and I'm like really anxious. I'm like, bro, my shoulder, like, it's fine, but like my collarbone, not fine. Do you see this shit? Like, it's puffy now. And he's like, I'm pretty sure that's only because you've been rubbing it too much. And then I like get up because guys, I'm outing myself, and I feel like you guys are gonna find me disgusting. But when I get really, really nervous, I need to pee all the time. I really, really, like, I feel like I'm gonna pee myself. Maybe that's just a normal reaction for people. Like, when people get scared, they say I'm gonna pee myself. Or if they laugh too hard, like, oh my god, I'm gonna pee myself. When I'm anxious, like a dog, I wanna like shake and be like, oh my god, I'm gonna pee myself. So I'm going to the bathroom like 7 times, even though I've clearly pissed once, and then I won't have anything in the tank. And like on my 7th time going in and out of the bathroom, I'm like, Jam, I don't feel good. Like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up because I'm so nervous. What if my shoulder, I'm not gonna be able to go to sleep? I don't know what to do with it. And trust me, like, Jam isn't like negligent to me. Jam has asked me, do you want to go to the hospital like 17 times? But I'm like, no, it's not broken. What if I get there? And my worst fear is, what if I go to the hospital, I tell them my symptoms, and then it pops in place, and then they don't have to do anything. And that means I'll get charged for nothing. Absolutely. That's like my worst fear. Like, I just feel like I have the worst luck for that. So poor Jam is like giving me the worried eyes, like, are you sure I could take you to emergency care? I'm like, no, it's not. It's like 5% not in my socket. I just don't know what to do. We just have to wait. And and on my 7th time, I realized I can't piss because I don't have anything in my tank after the 6 pisses I've already taken. I I walk out from the bathroom and I'm like, Jam, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I just feel so sick. And he's like, maybe you should just relax and lay down. And I'm like, but like, I can't stop peeing and I don't know what to do. And before I finish my sentence, when I turn around to go back to the bathroom, I hear the loudest, crispiest pop. It went like literally, and my right side of my body just shifted. And I was standing. Okay, I was standing. So I just like shook and shuddered, and then it was done. It was done. I just like went like, oh. And then I start doing arm circles, and then I start like feeling all over my collarbone, and I was like, wait a minute. And okay, when Jam heard that, was like the gigantic, he was like, ooh, what was that? He thought like something dropped. Like the sound effect sounded like some FedEx package being dropped on a cement floor. That's how crispy it sounded. And he's like, what was that? And I'm like, that was my shoulder. And he's like, what? He's heard my shoulder pop a lot. And he's like, are you okay? And I like run up to the mirror, and I like pull down my collar, the collar of my shirt, and I'm like feeling all over my collarbone, and I'm like, oh, it's fixed. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't need to go to the bathroom anymore. That was so much relief. So I go back to bed. And I'm like rolling around in the bed because I'm like, oh my God, I can lay on the right side of my body now. I can lay on my I can lay on the right side of my body. It's fixed. Now keep in mind, that was only yesterday. And I woke up feeling right as rain. Although the shaking was concerning, but I'm like, okay, I have full mobility now. Everything else is negligible. Like the shaking, it will go away. When it started, like 8 hours, like hasn't gone away, then I can be concerned with myself. But right now, I'm feeling my collarbone just around it. It's a little bit tender and it is a little bit puffy. So I'm not making this shit up. I know my collarbone was out of sorts. So like I'm feeling it. I hope I don't get a black and blue or like some type of like it's tense. It's really tense. So your girl, I don't know. I don't know what's happening to me. This is why, okay, I sent in the cheesy Masai. By the way, thank you so much, Zen and Key, for the resubscribes. I really, really appreciate it. I've been trying to do more things. Like, I want to do an @ to the cheesy Masai because they'll tell me what topics that you'd want to yap about every stream, and that's how we'll open it up. And I feel like that will just bring me closer to everything that you guys do. And frankly, I still live under a rock. I really try to be more educated and in the know of news, but your girl kind of just, it goes over my head. I think so. So my health yo-yoing this whole year has been quite a debacle. Frankly, pisses me off a lot, but I mean, I'm still alive, and I try to be normal. I try to be like, what I mean by normal is still try to go about my normal day, but I have interactions like these that freak me out and kind of take me out for the count. Like it spooks me for a couple hours. I'm like, why did it happen like that? Am I actually okay? Like I don't know. And that's why I feel really, really self-conscious, or I feel really bad for all the friends that I've made thus far this year, because I'm not consistent. And it's because now I'm guilty about like playing the oh I'm sick card or excuse, because genuinely I am like not sick, but I'm actually having health problems, and it's never happened this frequent before. Like sometimes I'll just get really deathly sick one day and then the next day I'm fine. Like I don't know, and I'm really not lying, it just actually happens that way, and it eats me up alive, because I say, oh, I finally recovered and I'm trying to get back on track, and then after 2 or 3 days it's back to the same thing. So I don't even get to answer everybody. I don't get to do anything right or productive. So I really appreciate just how my mischiefs are probably some of the most patient beings on this world, because you guys are just watching me day in and day out get sick and fighting for my life, even though I don't really like to say I'm sick, because I also don't want to say I'm lazy, because I am struggling, but there is tons and tons of people that might have chronic pain, chronic like actual sicknesses. Like I don't want to dramatize it, but I don't know how to fit myself in a bucket. Like I'm sick, but I'm not really, you know what I mean? And I wish I could say, oh, it's just because I don't take care of myself, which is partially true, but I'm like trying to, and then I get sick, and then I have to start over again. It's like a death cycle. And like, y'all are asking me, what did I eat? What did I drink? Today, I think I have been the healthiest I've been, yet I still am shaking. I don't know. I want to crash out. I want to crash out sometimes. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm reading back some things. I'm reading back some things. It's not something you could just say don't panic about. I'm sorry, Shinx. I don't mean to make you guys like panic. I know that it sounds painful, but I also feel like it doesn't help that I've gone through a lot of conditioning and training from gymnastics, that I do feel like I'm a tough cookie, but I also haven't been to like war training. You know what I mean? I feel like there are people out there that have it harder, so it's hard for me to say, oh yeah, I can definitely withstand stuff. I just feel like I do have a higher pain tolerance. Therefore, like, whenever I get in pain, I'm like, oh, I don't think I have to go to the hospital, when maybe it is okay, and it's a really hard thing for me to do. Yeah, like, I do have scoliosis. I tried to fix it. It's actually quite subtle, but the collarbone shifting is not great. Oh, what is SMDH? I actually don't know what that acronym stands for. Nez, I think you might have toxic positivity in some form or another. You need to be on more edge about these things. Okay, do you mean like on edge about my well-being or health? I actually do 110% agree. Say I do have some level of toxic positivity, but I think it's because I actually had hit rock bottom at some point, like really, really rock bottom, because of some really traumatic things in my past. And some of you guys remember this and some of you guys don't, because you're new mischiefs. But I don't want to, you know, trigger anybody, and I don't want to make it too Debbie down, because I'm here now and I'm okay. I am okay right now for the time being. Who knows? Maybe in the next hour I might get sick. I shouldn't be joking about that, but I think it's actually quite comical in this current situation right now. I actually do think toxic positivity did save me in some shape, way, or form, because I desperately kept trying to convince myself it was worth living, and my time where this too shall pass had happened. And because I had hit rock bottom and then I crawled my way out, I do feel like there's some type of attachment to me in a way, but also you never know who might be going through things. If toxic positivity had helped me, I don't know who needs to say it. Yeah, I would say maybe instead of toxic positivity, I think I'm a little delusional. I think that's a little bit of a nicer way to say it. Just because I'm not gonna be like, oh, you lost a leg, well, cheer up. Like, I'm not gonna be like, how do I explain it? Negate your pain. But I do think like a little bit of delusion can help you get out from really tough times. And for me, I think when I grew up with immense pressure. And if you haven't lived in the type of environment I have, which was really positive, I had a lot of opportunities, but because of the type of background my family had as immigrants and all of these expectations, I think it was amplified. And because your family is a form of succession, like, oh, they have succeeded, they became the American dream, you need to uphold it, you need to keep going, you need to surpass them. I think the toxic positivity, like, wow, I am really struggling right now, but one day I'll be super happy. I think it kind of got twisted. Although I think I was just a delirious, delusional, really happy baby. Like, I actually just was oozing positivity. And then I think a lot of hardships had turned me in some forms. I probably should get it checked out, but given that, like, it's been several years and my general, like, your general doctor that gives you annual checkups haven't said anything, I feel like I'm fine. I do need a senzu bean. Oh my god, guys, can we have a throwback to watching, like, Dragon Ball Z? I used to love that. I ate that shit up all the time in high school. Just love to watch it. Also, Storm, thank you so much for the resubscribe. I did hear the notification and I did see it, but I wanted to rant a little bit. I am a little hype about the Summer Games Fest, although, okay, I have to be full transparency. I may be a full-blown game developer, I gush about games, but for whatever reason, I always miss when, like, the Summer Games Fest happens. Like, I'm really involved in women in games, so I know when they happen, but, like, I don't actually pay attention to all of the really positive and important other announcements, which I feel like I should. I really should. But the thing is, if you get your annual checkups, I feel like if they tell you you're okay, then you're okay. You know what I mean? Yes, so I do think, and I don't think it's just special to me, but I think with how severely I overthink things, my stress, like, quadruples. Like, it actually manifests into physical things. And a lot of people can have this, like, where their tummy, like, if you're stressed, it's as simple as, oh, you need to do a presentation and your stomach is queasy. That is you getting sick because of your emotions. For me, like being stressed, for me, I think mine is amplified ×4. And it actually makes me like, oh, I'm gonna actually throw up, or oh, it makes my body so weak that it wants to shut down. Those are things that can actually happen. So I do think you have a point there, Zen. Let's see, could it be the nerves in your shoulder or collar being angy? You gotta be careful with nerves. So nerves, I feel like, are really painful. I've pinched a nerve once or twice here. So, oh, shake my damn head. I've only seen shake my head, not damn head. So I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure, Keys. But for nerves, I don't think so, because I wasn't in searing pain. Like, it feels like a burn when you pinch a nerve, at least in my experience. I've always been raised like rub some dirt on it and walk it off. Yeah. I also don't think it's a wee ball type thing, but given none of the adults that I've ever come to have ever told me it was broken or wrong, so how could I tell? I don't want to blame my parents or anybody like the adult figures, but there's a good chance that because I was younger and I was like not freaking out and crying that they didn't check it properly, or maybe they thought, oh, I could brush it off. I also don't want to blame myself, but I think the fact of the matter is that I'm older and now I'm like, oh, I guess that could be the cause of why I just don't get myself checked like immediately. I don't know, like how many times do people typically go to the emergency room? Like I feel like there's other people with worse issues that should be seen. Like emergency room or urgent care reminds me of like if somebody got a chainsaw stuck in their side. You know, like I should not be preoccupying a bed waiting for my shoulder to pop. What might I... Wait, Shanks, sorry, I'm just reading. You might for yourself at this rate? What? I was just reading everything and now I'm caught up, but like, what did you mean by that? More context? Big difference between a cut and a misplaced bone. This is true. This is true. You needed to emphasize how disappointed y'all are in me. I'm sorry. Well, we're adults, we think it's wrong. Like, I guess they could still be caring but be wrong, right? I haven't gone, but I haven't had shoulders issues like that. Well, like, if you get, like, an x-ray, and if you, like, go to your doctor, shouldn't they check you? Because it's a full general doctor. Shouldn't they check you for this stuff? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's their job. So, I feel like I shouldn't be like, hey, by the way, like, you should check my shoulder because it's in pain. I feel like in their scans and doing all of their procedures, they should be like, hey, you know what? I noticed that you're like limping a little bit, or I couldn't help but notice that you're a little swollen. Or, hey, on my x-rays, I see that this is slightly like, it doesn't look right. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Like, but like in the basics, you see what I mean, Storm? Like in the basics, it should cover everything. Like, how do I explain it? The basic, like, head-to-toe mobility thing should cover all the bases. And the collarbone is connected to quite a lot of really important things. Like, if my shoulder struggles to get up, I feel like they should notice that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a little wrong. Sorry, I'm drinking this protein shake that Jam gave me. He was worried that that I'd start shaking on stream again. So he did deduce that I did not eat any protein today except for dinner. So the high probability that my shakes was low iron is probably that. Shakes! Sorry, I'm just seeing your message. Your leg could be gone and you just say, no big deal. No big deal. I mean, you know, really, really funny you bring that up, Shakes, because like, Ness doesn't have her legs. Ness doesn't have her legs. So, technically, Ness is the definition of, oh, I lost my legs, no big deal. But, I'm sorry, I should take that so lightly. But, no, if my leg is gone, I very severely will panic and want something done for that. So I think my limit is if I broke something, like physically broke a bone. Therefore, I go to emergency room. I mean, I think for sprains, I remember back in the day, I was playing hide and seek with my Nana, which is basically the caretaker for me. I feel like I was 6, and I would not get out of the closet, and she needed to feed me. It was snack time, but I kept playing hide and seek, and she had pulled me from the arm because she was dragging me out of the closet. And unfortunately, I have no idea how this happened, but she yanked my arm out of its socket. Actually, I'm just making a revelation. That's the same arm! My right hand arm! Oh geez, I have so many injuries to my right hand arm. That's like no joke. That's my drawing arm too. What the helly? But I digress. She pulled, and I faintly remember this. I heard a pop, and then I started wailing, and she dropped it, and like I couldn't move my arm. So I actually had to sling for like two weeks or something, because I actually sprained my arm. That's the largest injury I've ever had to date, I think, besides my hip injury. Given I didn't break anything, but I also messed up another rotator cuff and socket from gymnastics. Given I have a lot of small injuries, I think, but I typically bounce like a rubber ball. But you know what? That's probably why the integrity of my right hand, my right shoulder is probably really messed up. Yeah, now I'm realizing that. I feel like sprains... Okay, guys, give me green flags or red flags or yellow flags, whatever you want to call it. So, maybe you guys just need to make it more apparent for me. I go to the hospital when I have a big cut, right? But like a itty bitty cut, I could probably do for myself. I go to the hospital for a bone break. I go to the hospital for sprain? Question mark? Or can sprains heal on their own? Like what? Do I need to have a splint? Could I just like sit at home? Like just... could I be fine? I think I could be fine, right? I don't know. Because I've had hyperextensions. Those are kind of like sprains, right? Let's see. That's true. You don't always get x-rays at the doctor. I guess you do have to have a prescription for that. That's exactly how you gotta be, like, ayo, check the socket. Well, next time, mine is, my general doctor checkup is in July, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. Oh no. Yes, but Ness has prosthetics, meaning it's already been dealt with properly. That's true. That's true. Wait, Red, guys, could you at least give me emojis or something? It's hard for me to read. It's hard for me to read. So red flag means that I don't go to the hospital, or means I do go to the hospital. Bro, what even is your childhood? Like, oh yeah, I got my arm broke. How about that? Guys, I swear, I was not neglected as a child. I don't know what to do about injuries. I really don't. Also, Jam is not a good spokesperson. No, not to throw him under the bus, but he broke his leg playing soccer, and he had absolutely no emotion. He snapped his femur clean in half on the not football field. Well, technically it was a soccer field. So a football field could be correct depending on terminology, but in college, I didn't know him this time, but he broke it and it had to be brought to the hospital, and they're just telling him like, yeah, it clean broke. It was a freak accident, and he had to get like a metal rod inserted to his leg and everything, lots of like screws and whatnot, so the femur could regrow. His leg is fine, but he can't feel anything. He can move, mobility's there, but he can't feel things, like if it's cold or not. And you know, he was getting all this checked up, and the nurse had to say, like, oh, shouldn't you, like, contact family members? And he was like, I mean, maybe, sure. Do I have to? And they're like, yeah, you should probably call someone because you're gonna be here and we need to do surgery on you. And he's like, oh, well, okay. Calls his mom. It was like, hey, so how you doing? How's Talia, my doggo? And like making small talk on the phone while his leg is snapped in half. And he's like, the mom knows what's up. She's like, why are you calling? And he's like, well, you know, funny thing, I'm in the hospital. And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, so it's not a sprain. I broke my leg. And she's like, you broke your leg. And he's like, yeah, I'm in the hospital. They're doing stuff and I need to get surgery. And she's like, when was this? And he's like, I guess like an hour ago or something. Like it was some time had passed. I could be like elaborating this, but just to give you the emphasis, he did not call her immediately. And he also was very nonchalant about it. So like, Jam at least cares for me a lot. Like even for when I'm overreacting for things, but the fact that he was so okay with the bone break makes me feel like, oh, maybe I know I have to go to the hospital because it's not like I could set it myself or fix it, but like, I feel like I should be screaming or I should be in so much pain. Like, not a great example for me. Not a great example. Cuts are different from pain in your chest. That's also true. Sprains need to be fixed. They can heal wrong and mess with your muscles. Huh. You know what to say. Okay, well, is a hyperextension the same? Red equals critical? I guess that could work. Jam is as bad as she is. Like snapped, light work, no reaction. Actually, he tried to get up, I think like 3 times. Like he was still on the field and he was laying there. It just snapped. And he's like, oh, that's weird. Like, I wonder why I fell. And he tried getting back up and then he fell again. It was like, that's weird. I can't get up. And he tries to get back up again. And he literally, like, his hand, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just need Jam to be here to explain legitimately. I saw the x-ray. Like, it was broke in half. Like, literally clean in half. So, I'm laughing just because I don't know how he could not be in pain. Like, screaming in pain. He's a cool guy, but he was like, he maintained his aura throughout the whole thing. And I don't know how healthy that is. He has also an abnormal pain tolerance. So yeah, I don't know. Like maybe does he does feel like burning himself on like a pan or like oil, so it's not like his nerves are gone. Actually insane though. Actually insane. Ah! Oh my god! Micro Pierce! Welcome. Oh, whenever I see that, I know it's Micro Pierce. Welcome. I was just sharing my unhealthy body pains of just this weekend. You might need to rewatch the VOD, Micro Pierce. Long story short, my collarbone shifted and I spent like 12 hours trying to pop it back in place. And right now it's sore and swollen, possibly might get a black and blue. And then Saturday, I had one of the craziest migraines where I couldn't speak. I couldn't see because the lights and everything, like I couldn't take how, I guess, bright everything was. And also I failed, like I don't have any motor functions. So Jam had to help me back home. At my family's, by the way. I needed my medicine, so. Yeah, everybody is saying to go to the doctor, but now it's fixed. Guys, like it popped back in. Can't I just wait for can't I just wait for my annual checkup in July? Or are you guys telling me that I have to call the doctor and get it bumped up? Like, do you need me to do that? Like, I don't know the exact emergency. Like, is it urgent? Should I be doing that? Health is no laughing matter, but maybe that's how I'm like trying to cope with this right now. We must protect Nez. Form a wall of nerds around her at every appearance. Dad bods on the outside since they have more padding? Oh my gosh, that's so mean. I mean, given that's true, 100% true. But, and a point for Aaron femboys to run her mochi and drinkies. Oh, I love mochi though. What type of drinks? The innermost circle shall be women, so the sisterhood of traveling VTuber can become a meme. I mean, that would be actually quite nice. Low-key, I am a little afraid of women. Don't take that the wrong way. It's more so like I've had bad experiences with women in the past, but I've also had really good besties. So I think I would only want to have like 1 or 2 gal pals with me. If there's more, by all means, but it's more like I'm always afraid that somebody is being left out. So I feel like I just need a close knit. So it shouldn't be like a large circle, you know what I mean? Hey Scrubs, how you doing? Oh, did you just return back? You missed a lot. You missed a lot if you were lurking. Just call your orthopedist and tell them what happened, because it should have could have set a little off or something. I guess that's true. You didn't hear my backstory and lore, micro peers, of like the 3 times this has actually happened. It's like old injuries that I've had. So, I don't know. I may actually have had a collarbone that healed not quite the right way. Or maybe I really sprained it at some point. That is funny considering I initially thought about you, if you recall back to PAX. For which... Oh, you mean... Yeah, you mean like if I ever go to a convention, like I only had 1 gal pal, right? And that was Meep. Sorry, she has changed her gamer tag name. I used to call her Quill, so that's Meeps. And Meeps, I loved having her around. It's really good to just have 1 or 2 girls, I'd say. Because, oh my god, let me tell you, when Meep's Bachelorette happened, they were catty, they were fighty, and I couldn't understand it. Because, like, you're there to celebrate one of your best friends, like, somebody who's getting legitimately hitched and you want them to have the best time. Why are you so focused about yourselves? Like, no matter what, you should be focused on the bride, and you should be like trying to make it the best memorable experience of her life, right? And so there was like 2 of them that really, I just disliked it so much. We actually had to branch off from the team and do some of the excursions that she wanted to do, because the maid of honor is her sister, but didn't want to be. Like, she wanted to be by name, but didn't want to do the responsibilities. And given Meeps wanted actually one of her childhood friends, so it was either me or, I'll use a nickname, an old nickname, Plushie. Me or Plushie to be the maid of honor. Low-key, she kind of told me she wanted me to be, but she knew I was the maid of honor for my sister's wedding, and she knew how stressed I was out for that. So she didn't want to put too much weight on me. That's so considerate, but I also really, really love Meeps. Meeps has been a childhood friend since like 2nd grade. So I was just like, what? She's still thinking of me to this day. She's amazing. But the fact I was ready to rip heads, like, it felt like a lot of her family didn't care about her and wanted it to be about them, planned all of the things that they wanted to do and not even consider her. It just felt so backwards. So backwards. Let's see. Women are women's biggest op, second to only men. All men are no good men. Oh my god. I just think everybody can be scary. Okay, hot take. I think I'm only comfortable with guys because this is so bad. Guys, remember I had my mischief day on Wednesday, right? And I started trauma dumping to you guys about how when I was younger, I was groomed basically by older men. Low-key, I think I only get along with guys more because I felt like that I could trust them more than women. But also, I think women can be more scary than men. Mainly because I think not that women are smarter, but they're more conniving. Like, they'll have the most convoluted schemes to, like, turn your friend group against you and also, like, seed in some type of, like, tense or stress for your family will also, like, ruin your image. Like, they're so calculating. And I feel like guys will only think, like, one step, but the females are, like, 16 steps, like Sherlock Holmes your ass. So, I don't know. That's why I think they can be formidable foes, and sometimes it's scarier. Like, I'll take my chances. Like, I feel like guys don't get super butthurt, but given there are also some special scary parasocial peoples, you know? So, like, I don't want to say that because it's to each their own. Doesn't matter about gender. There's just a whack people. Let's see. No, I mean, I thought you were bi or lesbian. Okay, listen, I was bi-curious at a moment. Also, really curious fact, I 110% know if I was gay that I would be the top. I would be the dominant one in the relationship. Funny enough, I am submissive for heterosexual relationships, but hands down, I would, as the saying goes, quote unquote, I would be the man of this relationship if it was girl and girl. I don't know, I like to spoil my partner if it is a female, but also it might be a power dynamic. I don't know, I like making them flustered. They're so pretty, they're so cute. Happy Pride Month! Let's see. You missed a Nest stream? Oh no! Yes, Micro Pierce. I actually successfully, I think, streamed all 3 days last week, so I was pretty happy. Oh no! Please, no spamming! I want to be able to catch all of your lovely content and opinions, please. Nez, this goes back to the same problem as before. What problem? Wait, I'm so far behind. Stop! Here's my hot take. The worst women will always be... Oh, wait, I can't say that. I can't say that. Oh, no, Bibi. I almost read that out loud. I don't think I have any opinions on that. I do think women just can play the field better in terms of verbal and, like, mind games. You know what I mean? I do think so. Yes, I am a toppie. I used to do Ara pretty well, but I don't know. I've been really out of practice. They also can file false charges and receive no punishment. Yeah, that's wait, women can? That's actually really crazy. I mean, I'm glad. Well, no. How do I respond to that? Like, that's injustice through and through. I feel like it should be equal. I also, like, back in the day, I used to treat women and men. Oh my god. I used to treat everyone. I guess I'd still do. I treat everyone the same. it doesn't matter what gender you are, you're still a person. And so, therefore, I just treat you how I feel like I'd like to be treated. Therefore, like, if I give a female a hug, I'm gonna give a guy a hug. If I hold hands with a female, then I would hold hands with a guy. But here's the thing, because guys aren't used to that, it's misleading. So I didn't understand that for the longest time. And I had a bunch of my guy friends and my female friends. Like, I sat in a circle and I was like, okay, red light, green light, like, or yellow light. Can you guys tell me which is okay and which isn't? And so they made it clear what can be misconstrued and made it like, I made it a mission because I realized I was probably sending a lot of mixed signals. But genuinely, I just like people to feel included. Like, what if I'm friends with a gay guy? And like, shouldn't I be able to hold hands with them and hug them too? Like, but then I'd be like not treating a guy the same. Like, I don't know what type of background that they had. They could have had like 5 sisters and they could totally be fine with physical touch from another woman, right? Without like misconstruing it and be like respectful. So for me, I just feel like I should treat everyone the same, but I need to be transparent about my intentions. That's the big thing. Damn, she's the man. Hey, Chewy, how are you doing? BB, kinda the same. I'll submit to a woman, but if it's a man, oh, I'm definitely topping. See, I feel like that's a consensus for a lot of people. Have you guys like actually thought it over? Because when I was growing up, I feel like it was open to talk about it, but I think a lot of people didn't openly discuss it. Like, the question could be asked, but you were a little afraid to share your opinions on it. For nowadays, like, I guess the younger generation, they could be like, oh yeah, I definitely thought about it. They experiment and it's like, it's better. I think it's more open. But I also think it can be pretty stressful as well. Because it's hard to like, I think it's just hard to explore. For example, like exploring hobbies, exploring dating opportunities or partners, like knowing what you like and don't like can also come up with bad memories or bad experiences, but that's just kind of the nature of the game, you know? Let's see, not to dox, but Meep is a white woman and she's nice from the little that I've interacted. Oh, Meep is fantastic. Meep is fantastic. She is 100% the kindest woman that you'll ever find. And she really goes out of the way for her family and her friends. That's why, like, I love her to biddles. That's so sad, BB. About the essay allegations, I really wish it wasn't like that. I know that they're trying to encourage women to be more, like, honest and be able to come forth without repercussions, but, like, I really loathe, and honestly, I'm really disappointed to the women that are taking advantage of the system. It's not okay, and it's not, as somebody who has also been essayed and had really traumatic experiences with it, it actually really turns my stomach because that invalidates like the integrity of everyone. Like, it doesn't matter that it's just that one person saying their quote unquote truth, but it's actually a lie. Like, now other people in their brains, if they know the statistic, will be like, well, are they lying or not? And let's say if they finally had the courage, but they don't have the evidence, but their truth is there, like, it's so damaging. It really is so damaging. And I guess because I have had the experience beforehand, it just like, I don't really know what way you can combat people like that other than giving them punishments. I think that's just how it should be. But I wonder if there's other women that like muster up the courage because there's no repercussions that might be closed off. Let's see. Let's see. Unfortunately, the law supports women more than guys, not both genders. It does kind of feel like a type of corruption, and a lot of people would be saying like, women are oppressed, which technically there are a lot of things that women still are fighting for, I think is the right word for it. And like, for example, I've been in a lot of male-dominated fields, and trust me, it was not easy. I've actually had quite a lot of bullying and whatnot. And it's not like what the typical, I feel like, people would see, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's to me, I feel like there's a sense of power to be treated the same way as your counterpart. Like, treated the same as a man. So if a man gets the same sentence, I should too. Like, I feel like I'm more empowered that way because you're not seeing the gender, right? I feel like, okay, is this a hot take? I have no idea, but let's say if somebody who is non-binary gets the same, all of us have the same, let's say we all go to jail for the same amount of time for the same crime. I feel like that's equality, is that not? Because it's unbiased. And, I mean, if we all did the same exact crime, I feel like the justice should be the same, no? No, that's how my brain kind of works. So, I agree. I feel like it gives me a little bit of wealth of pride not to be different. And given everybody's background is different, but I digress on this topic because I don't want us getting into any like really political or really heavy parts, because your girl is trying to have a good time here with her community. And given I really appreciate that you guys are some of the most respectful mischiefs on the planet. You guys are so patient, you guys listen to each other's opinions, and you're not at each other's throats. That's what makes me one of the proudest community builders, just because we can actually do that. Like, it ain't no like heated debate, but at least you guys can respect that not everyone is going to see eye to eye with you, and you don't have to carry your pitchforks or flames for it. You know what I mean? Have you guys thought it over? No, I'm asexual. Really? Shanks, I don't know if you told me that. You might have mentioned it, but I don't assume things. I really don't. You love who you love, or you don't, whichever it would be. But when would you guys, if you have thought if you were gay or not, like contemplated it, what age were you? Because for me, I think it was high school. I think it was like 15? Maybe 15. Maybe 14. I've kissed some girls. Oh, you just gotta build it up again, Chewy. And I am so happy that you guys always come to see my streams. It means the world to me. It really, really does. Well, as I was pretty sad because my health is yet again deteriorating. I mentioned, and if you guys end up watching the VOD again, my health, like, it could be stress, it could be just that my body is falling apart, but I really hate this yo-yoing that my health has been going through, and it's been happening since the start of the year. So my community, my mischiefs have been yelling at me to take care of myself, but it's tough. Oh, Micropeers, you had redeemed a shout out. Did we already put the shout out? Kays, shout out Happy Paka. She does commission art and fun craft projects and game design. That's amazing. Oh, I so want to see some of her content. Is she live right now? Please, let's get a shout out to Happy Paka. So that's a SO. Let's see. There are white women and then there's women who are white. Okay, there is. I guess there's a difference. Invalidation is a thing. That's actually what's given Marilyn Manson. Wait. Marilyn Manson? I don't know why I read that as Marilyn Monroe. Am I thinking of the right person? I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay. I can't, my brain. That'd be equality? Okay, well, I'm glad that's what my version of equality is, kind of semi-validated there. We are not forking, by the way. No pitchforks. Let's see. You kiss some girls? I'm jealous of those girls. Aw. Well, okay, I did I don't know. I feel like girls are more likely to try or explore that stuff. I guess I did get some action by girls. Oh, you mod for her. Okay, next time you gotta let me know, Micropeers, when she's on, because is that their pronouns? Is Happy Pekka she, her? I hope so, but definitely let me know because I'd love to stop by. Yeah, we have been yapping for more than half the stream. Reason being is I did say I wanted to do art, but because of my little mini freak out earlier because of my health, I wasn't sure if I was going to actually be able to last this long. If I was gonna go for just like a short stream, then, you know, I'd want it to be just chatting so I'm not stressing myself out. My hands don't seem to be, well, they're a little bit shaky. I was looking at my fingers, but I just didn't want to overpressure myself to do art or rigging if my health is particularly bad. So next best thing is yapping and having a great time with my mischiefs now. Let's see. Also not a great guy. Okay, I see. No riots! No, not yet anyway. They, she? Okay, got you. I'm glad I didn't mislabel. This past year, I've been wondering if I was ace as well, but I'm inexperienced with that sort of thing because of me being an introvert. I have Tinder, but haven't received a single like. So, okay, really crazy. I had a couple of these conversations in Cheesy Masai that we could yap about, but I feel like y'all have been giving me really good topics to share, okay? A lot of things to share. We can actually segue into this, but first and foremost, can you guys describe what your what is it called? Your preference? Is that your preference? Like asexual, ace, arrow ace, like some of these terms I'm not 100% familiar with. I have an inkling to what they mean, but I want to be properly educated. I could search it up myself so we could have a conversation, but I do know sometimes it might vary to person. I want to know your guys' opinions. But Tinder. Big thing. I know Tinder has been around for a while and there's a bunch of new dating apps, but I guess hand raise or I don't know, a mischief emote, whatever emote that you want to use if you have used Tinder. I did try thinking about my health. I was worried that if I was shaking to all hell while I was rigging, I would freak out probably on stream or I'd get really discouraged. I really want to rig, but I'm having a really good time talking to you guys, and you know, as much as it like still kind of makes me sad or disappoints me that I'm not gonna be rigging, you know, it scared me. My health doing all of these crazy things, I think I do have to give myself a little bit of grace. So I'm really just hoping that like my body will recognize, hey, I'm listening to all the signs you're giving me. Please calm the hell down. Dating apps are honestly just horrible. Don't get it. Don't let it get to you, in my opinion. So, ace hetero romantic. So like, what does that mean? Heteroromantic means that you prefer the opposite sex, right? But what does ace mean? I've used along with 2 other apps, slowly stopped going on them after many dates going nowhere. I feel like dating apps can have an easier experience for women. And I wonder if it's because women can like game the system a lot more. I think women really know how to sell themselves, and that's gonna be taken out of context 110%. What I mean is they take care of their body, they really like to doll themselves up with like outfits, they like to express themselves, they have like different hairstyles, try different things. And to be honest, I think that helps a lot in dating apps, because pictures, what they show, sometimes it doesn't show that much of a personality. Like for guys, unfortunately, I prefer a lot of European fashion and Asian fashion, like really stand out ones. Like if somebody really likes the hipster vibes, or like they lean 110% into it. Like if somebody likes ballet core, like really pink, hyper feminine, or if there's an alt girly, like a goth girly. You know, like all the guys, they seem to really gravitate towards the goth girlies, right? But you know when you see one, right? For guys, sometimes it's not that easy. I feel like you guys don't have a lot of fashion to really choose from, or at least maybe it's not available in the places or widely accepted. And I feel like women are more encouraged to try or express themselves a lot more, or look a certain way. Like there's a lot of societal expectations. So I feel like women just have a really easy time getting likes because we already had that pressure and it's geared towards us. But also men, I feel like it's like 1 to 10, right? 1 woman to 10 men on the app. We don't actually know the statistics of what the ratio is, but I think it's quite disadvantageous for men to use dating apps. I feel really bad about that too. I don't know what the right way to do so, right? Like to have successful dates. I myself, since I'm the opposite sex, I'm a female, I actually have had 2 relationships come out from Tinder. I don't think I've ever like just played hooky, or like just I can't remember. I feel like I dumped all of those memories out. It's been a little bit of time. Asexual is little to no sexual desire. Interesting. Okay. That makes sense. Or dating. I thought it was just doing the deed. Huh. Neff, who you know in VR chat, is actually ace. Interesting. Oh, you do learn a lot just by talking to other people. Now, given you could research it on Google and stuff, but you learn something new every day, right, Sal? Asexual, either lacking in a desire for sex or disgust towards sex. This does not mean you won't date someone, find someone romantically attractive, or won't have sex in general. It's a spectrum. I see. Oh, so you probably have like a low sex drive as well. Honestly, that's not a bad thing, because you could definitely find partners that have the same beliefs or same thought. Some people just don't want to procreate. It is interesting, right? And I think it's great that we do have labels, because some people probably felt like they were, what do you call it, out of place? Oh my god, Archifer! Thank you so much for raiding! How are you? Let's get an SO for Archifer. What were you drawing? Oh, please share with me. We're actually yapping. I originally wanted to do rigging today. The only issue is I'm not feeling 100%. Actually, the earlier portion of this stream, I was talking about how my health has been yo-yoing. I've had a lot of physical issues with my health, and it's been putting my mental a little bit down. And so I'm taking it easy for tonight. And I'm just yip yapping to my mischiefs. So welcome everyone. I'm Nez. I am a cybernetic mouse-inspired VTuber. I'm a crime-fighting vigilante in the sci-fi cyberpunk city of New Apex. And yeah, welcome to my stream. I was originally supposed to be rigging my 3.0 model, but you know, health is what matters, and I have been neglecting it quite some time. So we're actually talking and educating ourselves more about different sexualities. So we were just talking and sharing the definitions of like asexual, ace, because some of our mischiefs here identify as that. And I'm just curious because I want to better understand and respect my mischief. So they're just sharing with me what it really means to have that preference. So you kind of learn something new every day. For asexual, that means either lacking in a desire for sex or disgust towards sex. This does not mean you won't date someone, find someone romantically attractive, or won't have sex in general. It's a spectrum. That was provided by Shinx. And that's something new because I wasn't sure if that means that they do want to have a partner in the future or not. And I was just saying that the labels, sometimes they can be harmful if used in the wrong way, but I actually think it's better because some people who feel like they're lost and they don't feel like they belong, sometimes when they find a community of people who are like, hey, I feel the same way you do, it feels welcoming, feels like home. And for those who, like, let's say for asexual, a lot of people probably thought something was wrong with them because they just didn't have a high sex drive. And if you don't have a compatible partner, like somebody with a high sex drive, and then yours, you either just don't have an interest or maybe you dislike sex, like maybe they thought they were the deficient ones or maybe they were the wrong piece. But in fact, there is probably tons of people like that. And I just think that's better. It's fascinating, honestly. My experience with dating apps, mainly seeing friends use them, it's mainly only used for hookups around here. As for me, I'm straight, demisexual. Oh, that's a new one. I feel like I've heard of it before, but I'm not quite sure what that alludes to. Let's see. You like the personality the most. So maybe the orientation does not matter? Is that pan? I think that's pansexual, right? They don't care about what you are, as in, so you could be male, female, or non-binary, or whatever else that is identifiable. I think those are the primary ones. But I do have a sex drive, but no desire to do it. I'm so glad that my mischiefs are so comfortable talking about this, and there is no shame. I am one of the proudest community mamas for having cultivated a place where you guys are willing to share. And again, no pressure. You guys, for the raiders that just came in, I know this can be a sensitive topic for people, but lo and behold, the mischiefs, we really pride ourselves for being able to listen to each other's opinions. It's not a heated debate or anything. Even if you disagree or you don't see eye to eye, you must be respectful. And, you know, we're free to talk about it because we might be educating ourselves with, you know, being able to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes. Yeah, I do think dating apps is for hookup culture. I was just lucky enough that, for me, I wanted to have an actual relationship come out of it. And I had two, actually. I could definitely share with you guys what had happened there. Both also did not end well. But it was certainly an experience. No, Shakes, it's all okay. It's all okay. I'm so sorry. I hope you're not embarrassed. Yes, happy Pride, happy Pride. The reason we started talking about this is my mischiefs were kind of curious. Like, I was bi-curious at some point. I also do feel very comfortable in my sexuality. I am heterosexual, so I do like men, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the same sex. To be honest, there was a really big part of me where I felt like if I met my soulmate and it was a female, and everything was there. Everything was there. Like the personality, so attractive. The person, like, we meshed like two peas in a pod. Very attractive looking. Like, I feel like I could definitely fall in love with a girl. However, the thing is, I realized that I think sex is an important thing, or at least sex drive. Like, considering other people's feelings, wants, and needs are very important in a relationship. And some people are like, oh, sex isn't everything. That's true. That's true. But it is a part of a relationship. That intimacy is important. And again, guys, if you're uncomfortable with this conversation, feel free to let me know. The thing is, I have been always like very pro positive to talk about like these types of things, because who knows, maybe some people don't have a friend group that they feel safe about sharing with this. Maybe they want to also be curious and explore, and sometimes having a space that's safe to talk about it is what they need to feel more confident and feel more loved. So that's why I always think, like, I don't want people to have, like, be ignorant or not have the opportunity, because what if they make, not like a mistake, but like, what if they're not properly educated? What if they get harmed in the future because they didn't feel like they could talk to anybody about it? So, TLDR, I think it's really great that I'm able to talk about this, but if you want to know more, check out the r/asexuality subreddit. Wow, honestly, I've been recently getting into Reddit. I want to start a r/Nesiaki one, but I don't know what we would use it for, honestly. Demisexual is a hard one to explain. Oh, I would love to know. Let's see. A demisexual person only experiences sexual attraction after forming a strong emotional bond with someone. Oh, that is so romantic. I think that's lovely. Wait, I think that's actually really, really lovely. Because if you think about it, I think a lot of people who may be insecure, like, let's say they've been cheated on before, or had partners that had a wandering eye, I feel like that if you date a demisexual, that is like the highest honor, because that special bond is so meaningful to them that everybody else is just like normal. Like, you won't have to worry about your insecurities that, oh, they might cheat on me or find somebody else more attractive. That's just like physically not possible for them. For a demisexual, it has to have a connection. Now, given you could be concerned about like if they have best girlfriends or anything like that, but I feel like that's quite romantic and kind of a little bit, it's kind of cute. I don't know. I've dated an ace before in my experience, and when they did feel comfortable, they were really loving. But it did come off as cold when they were not meaning to do so, so it took some patience and deeper communication. That was just your experience though. They're a good person. I'm glad they're doing better. And sometimes it's just compatibility things. I actually think every relationship can be a good experience, even no matter how painful it was. And the only reason why I'm able to say that is because I've gone through it. I've been through the ringer and had some really traumatizing experiences. And now that I've gotten help, I've done some therapy, but also I have supportive outlets where I am able to safely work on myself. So I don't know. I think with the train wreck of relationships that I've had, I am so fortunate. Pansexuality is a sexual, romantic, or emotional attraction to people regardless of their gender, identity, or biological sex. That's also wonderful. I think love is just wonderful. It transcends everything. Yeah, so I feel like you and I are learning, and I'm so glad that you guys are open to learning these things. Again, I think labels, if used the wrong way, can be harmful, but these are like identifiers for community. So people actually don't have to feel alone anymore. They know other people feel the same way, and there's enough people in the world where like they can explore, they can talk about it, and there is an identity there. Let's see. Correct from my understanding, don't look into it too hard, nor put much stock in the I don't know labels. I mean, the one I can relate to, yes. So I would say sometimes there's a healthy medium. You don't want to make everything your personality, right? Because I think that might tunnel vision you, and sometimes it can lead you down some hurtful paths. But I think being comfortable and finally being like, yeah, this is me, it just makes it all that much better. Hey Beats, happy Pride Month, and also happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I didn't know that it was this, like it was June, but that's fantastic that they have a month for that. Let's see. Hello, Firefighter Tucker. I just caught up in chat. Sorry, I was a couple messages above, but I'm really glad that all of you guys are here. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're having a lot of engaging conversations here, and feel free to pitch in your knowledge. Right now, we're just talking about the different, is it identity? Different, what is it called? I think Shinx, you said it perfectly. It's like asexual, demisexual, they're not labels. I forgot what they're called. They're not identities, but preferences. I think that's a good way to put it. And I don't know. I just think the way somebody loves, no matter what form it is so romantic and amazing. And I'm glad that people will be, and I think all of my mischiefs will be able to eventually find their missing puzzle piece. So, loving it. Yeah, I had no idea either. Is this like new? Like, how long has Men's Mental Awareness Month started? Did it just start this year? I feel like that's highly improbable. Highly improbable. Exactly, though. I gotta be comfortable with the vibe with them, because when I let myself fall, I want to marry, and I want to be 100% comfortable. Like, how am I gonna live with someone if I can't be myself and trust? I know it's part of the relationship process, but I need to hit a certain point before I just let myself go on the intimacy and love front. I agree. I think I had a very fantastical view of marriage and love. To be honest, and I could share this with y'all, that I imagined that my first boyfriend was gonna be the one that I married. I know, that is very, like, unlikely, but it does happen. First and foremost, it's because of how loving my parents are. So they're high school sweethearts. They did not date in college. So it wasn't like, oh, it's a fantasy love at first sight and they stayed for many, many years. They were both the most popular out of their classes. And get this, it's because they were the tallest Filipinos in their classes. Like, if you have the tall gene, you're instantly popular, by the way. Filipinos are short. Pretty short. So my mom and dad, they both have mega tall genes. Unfortunately, my sister and I both have stunted growth at 5'5". But they really liked each other. They dated in high school, and they broke up because they wanted to focus on their studies and explore college life. For Filipinos, it is really, really serious. You know, their love is a lot different, or at least the structure of it. You're kind of like dating their family. Like you're dating the family before the woman or the man. And your studies come first and foremost because that is your key to a better life in the Philippines. And my mom's a nurse and my dad's an engineer, and I'm really proud to be to say that because they're so cool. But they rekindled at a reunion, and they knew that no matter any of the relationships that they've had in college, they were meant for each other. They technically eloped to America because my mom's father did not give the blessing. So they got married in America, had my sister, and then went back to the Philippines, got married there with the blessing, and then came back to America and had me because I'm the youngest. But with that saying, my fantastical dream, especially with the way that my parents dote on each other growing up, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the love I want. They love me so much and they love each other so much. It must be true. It must be fated to be. So me at like, what, 13 years old? Like, what, are you 14 when you're a freshman in high school? Gosh, I was a baby. That was like more than a decade ago. I had technically my first official boyfriend. I did have technically a first boyfriend for 2 years, but that was kind of a terrible, terrible mashup. And if you guys remember Mischief Day on Wednesday, well, I was not good. I was underaged for the person that was trying to date me. And yeah, I was groomed. So I technically don't count that one. I don't count that one. So, but I immediately got my heart broken because he cheated on me. What is it? 14-year-old that was so hell-bent on marrying this man got cheated on in like 2 weeks. In like 2 weeks, pretty much. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. And then I had other boyfriends, and I was like, this one's the one. Not the one. Got cheated on again. This one's the one. Got like terrible experiences because the man was not good. Like all of that stuff. All of that stuff. Oh, Men's Mental Health Month was started in 1994? What? That's crazy. Whoa. It's your birth year, Pete's? Oh my gosh. Wait, that's crazy. I hope mine would too. I want to make it work and be the ones that made it. Sometimes God's got other plans, but you gotta move on. Sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes it's just not in the books for us. Yeah, high school sweetheart is such a dream, but something's just out of reach. But also, you're going to be changing so much through high school and college, right? I feel like there are so many pivotal parts of life that might change your personality and who you are, that sometimes the person you fell in love with, if they don't change and compliment you as well, can be particularly really, really challenging. So it's just tough. It's just really, really tough there.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
What is this? What is that? Let's see. Imagine fumbling that hard. Oh, God. You mean me? Well, I was a train wreck. I mean, I think the pure me probably would have done well. But then I got a lot of like, pardon my French, I got all kinds of fucked up from past abusive relationships, so. I think that was Eric Andre. I do think so. I've never actually watched the Eric Andre show. Does it actually keep, is it still on? Does he still do that stuff? I don't know. Oh my gosh, but yeah, it's tough in these streets. I know.
Nightmare.
The way that he just flails his arms is so silly. Oh my gosh. Okay, we were talking about dating apps. Where were we going with that? I'm trying to think of like alternatives. I think I was talking about how it's like geared towards women more, I think. Yeah, it is the same let me in guy. Oh my gosh, then. You're right. He has a lot of memeable moments. Eric Andre show's last season was 2023. Oh. Trainwreck, that's fine. Call me a conductor. Oh. Stop. You're so cute. Honestly, a lot of my mischiefs have some really good comebacks here. And you guys are so sweet on me. I really can't thank you guys enough for being here, a part of my community. It fills me with so much joy. It really does. So, okay, guys. So, I was following Charlie, right? Moist Critical, and he had talked about the Internet Archive. He had like this 25k bounty on finding his old like 16-year-old YouTube Gears of War playthroughs. Did you guys know, like, I went down the rabbit hole. Apparently Flash, way back when, because Flash was terminated, a lot of games were terminated and stuff. There is websites that like have duplicated or replicated the type of way to host them. But oh my gosh, it was a journey. Apparently, Flash used to copy any of the videos, any of the things that you used to watch on your computer into like a cache folder or like a Flash cache folder. So every time you would load a page, it would go faster because it has every asset that it possibly needed. And oh, I wish I had my old computers. My dad, he would modify and take pieces and parts and like reset my computers. But I would love to see any lost media that I might have had from Flash games. I wish I could see any videos that I used to watch back in the day on old YouTube. I want to go back down like the whole nostalgia path. When should Nostalgia Week be? Because we typically have it like the week before my streamiversary, but I feel like I gotta spread it out, guys. Would you guys want to have like a full week of just like throwback games and like watching YouTube vids? I know we did that one time. We watched like Stickman animations. We watched old school stuff like MapleStory animations. It was just so good. So good. Let's see. All right, my friends, just wanted to pop in and say hi. It was great to see you, Beats.
Yeah, baby.
I didn't get enough sleep last night, so it's bedtime. Oh, you and I both, Beats. I need a good eeps. I was just worried about my health, so I feel like I'll be following suit in like 30 minutes or so. But thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. Oh. That was fun. Sorry, I was yawning a little bit because Beats had to talk about bedtime. Given I have so many things I want to do. This week's gonna be pretty pivotal for work too. But I'm hoping that I can focus on working out every day of this week. My rest days are Sundays, but finally I made a new workout itinerary because I think the reason why I was inconsistent, I was over pushing myself, but also I've just been sick, in and out, just sick day in, day out. And I now I know I'm not ugly, but you know when you used to be very athletic and seeing how your body is now because you've fallen off from maintenance or you don't have anything that you're really gearing or striving for. For example, I worked out like there was no tomorrow because I wanted to be the regional best, and I had first place in New Jersey in my division for 2 years in a row, floor routine. So like me dancing, me flipping, something that was my pride and joy back in high school. And so when I look at myself, and given I was a cheerleader in college, so my physique was still pretty much the same. Now that I've been out for like, what, 4-ish years, it's sometimes really defeating to see. And I want to get that con bod, guys. I want to be able to feel good in my skin, be able to look at myself, apply makeup and feel great, and also not feel guilty eating. I feel like it affects so many different things. And I hope that if you guys feel the same, you'll be a part of the journey. But technically today I was able to successfully do everything, which means I finally dumbed down my routine. So hopefully, I mean, I was struggling quite a deal, but I am happy that I was able to persevere with it. I'm hoping I won't be sick tomorrow, so I'll be able to continue with my working out. I think it makes sense to be before your stream anniversary. You think so, Storm? Okay, I'm glad. I just didn't know if you guys liked it that way because it's so close to the holidays, like Christmas, that I wanted you guys to at least feel like I guess that you guys would have enough time for like family or anything like that. Oh my gosh, Pop Tropica is amazing. Is Pop Tropica still around? Neopets 2 is amazing. Wizard 101! Yes! And Fusion Fall. We talked about this. We had a whole conversation, one of these streams, about Fusion Fall, the Lego universe, all of that stuff. Clone Wars Online, oh, is crazy. Let's see, you gotta be careful with the falling off mentality, like getting older does that too, so you could be doing the same, but your bod still gets the way it does. I agree, but the thing is, I'm going through my metamorphosis, what females call the second puberty. So my metabolism had slowed, that means I do need to watch what I eat. I can't just eat anything like 15 fruit roll-ups and feel like nothing is gonna happen to me. But the thing is, I basically quit going to the gym. I quit taking care of myself like a year and a half after, or like post college. So that gave me about 3 years to be sitting, and I could physically see the changes on my body. I've actually gotten stretch marks. I have felt like my energy has diminished. I don't feel strong anymore. I doubt I can actually hold a handstand as well as I used to either. So I actually physically know I have not been taking care of myself. And I'm gonna regret that in a couple years. Like when I turn 30, maybe my joints are gonna completely turn into dust. And I need to take care of my body, because I remember going to the orthopedics and they told me I need to strengthen the muscles around my joints, because my joints have so many injuries, a lot of repetition of forced use. And that's unfortunately something that happens with gymnasts over time. But because I was training like a mad woman, like my life depended on it, and that I was running out of time, technically I don't regret it. I really, really don't regret it, because I was able to be a champion and I succeeded in my dream in high school. But I basically overworked my joints to the equivalent of what it would take somebody for like 10 years of gymnastics. So it's been tough. I'm just thankful that I didn't get any breaks or anything like that. Like if I sprained something, that is just not great. Oh, Pop Tropica is still around but not good. What do you mean? Like people don't go on it, or did they not have any new content updates? Oh, you guys can't tell me you didn't eat the whole fruit roll-up pack when you got it in like from ShopRite. Like, okay, given I was a little bit of a dumbest baby where Sob. Okay, I'm reading you right now. You did not. Okay, maybe it's just me. But I thought the calories on the box meant how many calories for the full box. Otherwise, bitch, why would they put the nutritional facts with the big fat number that says 160 calories if it wasn't the full box, right? I didn't know there was a serving size. So I remember my mom getting the family size chippies. You know, like those value packs where they give you like 16 to 24 chips in a bag for like school lunches. I ate like half of them in one day, one sitting. And I was like, Mom, like, why are you freaking out? Like, I know I could have eaten this at school, but, you know, I didn't know they had so little calories. It's only like, for the whole bag, I could just eat like all of them in the sitting, right? Because it's only 160 calories. And she's like, no, you dumbus. That's per pack. So I probably ate like, what? 12 times 100? I probably ate like 4K calories. I don't know. I just looked at her dumbfounded because I guess she didn't realize how dumb I could be. But that wasn't like common sense. She said it was common sense, but it wasn't for me. Didn't read the fine print. Bone on bone. Joints and bone spurs look painful. Oh, I know, man. I know. And that's why I know I need to take better of my posture, and especially because I work remotely. People who do retail or people who like commute to their work at least have some form of exercise. I do nada. Like, given I do walk up and down the stairs because I live in a townhome now, but that's still negligible for the amount of times I go down and up the stairs. So, I mean, I need a good amount, but the whole thing, that's not gluttony, guys. Maybe it's an addiction. You know what? I'll state my piece that I didn't do it as often. My mom would not let me. She would definitely hide them. But if I could, I'd eat it all. Like the Gushers? Don't they only give you like 12 packs? Is that really that bad? Like y'all think it... Okay, Ferrero Rochers. I'm probably gonna walk into Jam's room right now because I was flabbergasted. You know the Ferrero Rocher value pack boxes? The ones that are flat, they're not two-tiered. They're probably like 32 Ferrero Rochers in a box. You give these at Christmas, right? You get them at Christmas. And my mom would typically buy these so we can gift them out, and they're a nice little thoughtful gesture because who doesn't like Ferrero Rochers? What do you guys think about me eating 32 to, I guess, 40, whatever, 6 Ferrero Rochers in one sitting? You know what Jam said? And still, I'm never gonna let him live this down. Given you guys probably agree with him. But he called me gross. He said, he looked at me and was like, that's disgusting. You don't say that to a woman. You don't say that. I will drag him down these stairs. You know, even if you're disgusted, have some kindness with your words. Ain't no one gonna tell me I'm disgusting for eating my favorite candy in the world. Oh my god. See. What if Jam is topless? That's true. That probably would kill me. But him gaming, is that common? Men gaming topless? I feel like I'd get so cold. We have like the air conditioner running. So no. Like I'm talking about his office. He was playing with his best friend. His husband, as I like to call it. The Ferrero Rocher. Is that... Wait. Oh, are you telling me that I'm saying my favorite candy wrong? You all are wrong. Somebody get me the Men in Black, like, flashbang. What is it called? The little forget memory stick. Somebody give it to me. I need a flashbang, you guys. How do you not know what the Ferrero Rochers are? Wait, What? Damn, I wish Jam would talk to me like that. I sometimes sleep topless when it's too hot. I think that's fine. That's sleeping. But gaming? Like, at least you have sheets that you could cover yourself up with, right? I feel like... I feel... It's the Ferrero Rocher! The Ferrero Rocher! How could you guys not know what the Ferrero Rocher is? It is a ball. It has a hazelnut. It has wafer. It's like a Whopper but better. It is like the Crunch Bar plus a Whopper but better. And the Kinder Egg. I think so. I think that makes sense. What do you mean I'm saying it uniquely? This is what my mom has called it every time. And every time I ask somebody if they want a Ferrero Rocher, they don't say anything. They're just like, yeah, I want one. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm saying it uniquely? How do you... I'm typing this in. Ferrero Rocher. Ferrero Rocher. Pronunciation. Thank you, James, for the resubscribe. Welcome. I am currently flipping out because apparently people do not think I'm saying Ferrero Rocher correctly. Ferrero Rocher? What is that? Okay, hold on. I am mortified. How could somebody possibly think this is how you pronounce it? What do you mean? What do you... Oh, hold on. Wait, my model isn't there. Okay. How could you possibly... Hold on. I am having a conniption. I might actually throw myself into an aneurysm at this point. Let me see. They're expensive. I do believe I lived a privileged life because Ferrero Rochers is an absolutely fantastic gift if you can afford it for Christmas. Like, that's why gifting it felt like it was a great thing to do. How many did you say I had? Maybe like, I'll need to check the boxes. Hold on. Ferrero Rocher box quantity types. Okay. Here we go. But hold on. It could be territory based, but in Canada it sounds more like the French side. Well, Chewy, pardon moi, but what is... Je ne sais pas. I don't... Je ne sais quoi. Vous parlez français? I don't have an accent, unfortunately. I used to when I was really actively studying French, but oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure ShopRite is just a Northeast thing. Is that really? ShopRite isn't everywhere? What do you mean I'm learning so much? No, stop. What is your equivalent to ShopRite? In what language would that ever not be Rocher? Rocher? Share? Like Moncherie? CHER? You're making me... I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Watching that Lego stuff video? Yes! I know, James. Okay, I need you guys to get on the bricks and minifigs scandal that's going on right now. But please, in Italian it would be Rocher. Maybe Ferrero Rocher is Italian. I'm not actually quite sure. But this is how I read it. Nobody can expect that I pronounce anything right, given how I used to pronounce, salmon and Penelope. Like, I I keep hearing you call it like that. I end up calling it the same way. Chewy. It is the only way. It is the only way. Top tier French right there. Omelette du fromage. I know. I love my goddamn cheese omelets. It's like a discount grocery store. A discount grocery store. Like a store, like a chain. Yeah. ShopRite is northeast. Publix is south, and specifically Florida and Georgia. Huh. The Lego debacle, it is crazy. I'm gonna need to share you guys Charlie's videos because he's been covering it, but then he's covering and actively watching how it's going down from somebody who's in the works of it, like a YouTuber that's been actually covering everything. I love them. That's bad. That all that sugar. Oh, okay. Hold on. How do I?
Ferrero Rocher.
Ferrero Rocher? Oh, I am forgetting the extra row. I am forgetting. Did you guys hear that though? Did you guys hear how they pronounced it? American pronunciation. There's a British pronunciation. What?
Ferrero Rocher.
Ferrero Rocher. Ferrero Rocher. Ferrero. No, Ferrero Rocher. I stand by it. Ferrero Rocher. I can't. This makes me so sad. So sad. Given, okay, box quantity. Y'all can't be telling me you haven't seen these. I'm sorry, the seagull is me right now. You guys are making me laugh in how utterly despicable your knowledge of Ferrero Rochers are. Oh my god. Ah. Let's see, I love chocolate. You guys cannot tell me you haven't seen these? Okay, wait, hold on. This box right here, that box. You haven't seen these small boxes? What about more popularly these new multi chocolate ones? Like this? This? Have you guys not seen these? Fantastic. That ball. That is what a Ferrero Rocher is. This is what I'm calling it. And yes, we're gonna count them. I'm gonna see the 42 pack. 42 packs. You mean to tell me Jam, when I told him this was my favorite chocolate and I'm so happy whenever anybody gifts them to me, that I say I can eat all of these in one sitting. Whole 42. That he looks at me, scoffs, is like, man, that's freaking disgusting. You don't call a woman like that. You don't call a woman disgusting for their preferences in chocolates. I love this chocolate. I love this chocolate. How many is one serving? We might need to check that. We might need to. How many is this? How many is this? Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 8 is 48. I may have eaten 48. I felt like there was a box with 52. There is a 48 box. This is the 48 box. I've definitely eaten that. I have definitely eaten that. Ferrero Rocher. What is it? I don't think that nutritional facts. Okay. Of the ball? This is maybe this is fine. Okay, calories per serving. We're gonna do a little bit of math here. 180 calories it looks like, and these ones are the ones with the variants, is 3 pieces per serving. So if I whip out my calculator, 180 times 3. No. I can't do this. 180 divided by 3 is 60 calories per rocher, okay? Per rocher. And then if you times that by 48, I have in total eaten 2,880 calories of Ferrero Rocher. 60 times 40. and believe me, I don't joke about my chocolate. I can almost guarantee that I have eaten 52. So at a maximum, Miss Nez has eaten in one full sitting 3,120 calories of Ferrero Rochers in a sitting in 24 hours. Isn't the daily calories like 3K? I actually don't know that. Oh no. All of you guys concerned about my life. Oh my god. For most women, it is less than that. Probably like 2,500, probably. Let me see. Okay, sugar intake. It's a little blurry here. I can't really read that. Okay, this is a little less blurry. Hold on, I need a squint. There's 13 grams of fat. There is, total sugars is 12 grams. But it includes 10 grams of added sugars, which is a holistic 20% of, so wait. If that's for 3 pieces, let me think. So if 3 pieces, let's say a 48 box divided by 3, right? That means we had 16. Why does that say there's 8 servings? Oh, I guess this is a different box. Okay. So 48 Ferrero Rochers divided by 3 because 3 pieces is a serving size. So there's 16 servings. And if we times it by 12 grams of sugar, I have consumed 192 grams of sugar within 24 hours. What does that mean? Let's see. Women have 1,600 by 2,400 calories. Men is 2,200 to 3,000 calories. That sounds much more realistic. I know we were much lower than that. But 1,600 is like definitely dieting mode, which is kind of tough. Just eat a bar of uranium. You'll never have to worry about calories again. Is there a special property to uranium why I wouldn't gain weight or anything? Or are you telling me I'm just dying? That's a sickening amount of sugar. Oh my god. You're gonna need a lot of insulin is what it means. Oh my god, Rai. You coming in on this. We have had a while time talking, like, it has been straight up a just chatting stream, and oh my god, we have gone through so many different topics. Woman is no more than 25 grams of sugar a day, so what is that? So divided by 25. So I have consumed about a little more than 7.5 times the regular sugar per day. 1 gram of uranium is 20 billion calories. Holy! Yeah. Now, no wonder my mom was worried about me maybe having diabetes. I do have a sweet tooth. Thing is, she doesn't really keep a lot of sweet things in the house. If I ever had Gushers, that was like a once a year thing. Like having a box of Gushers in the house. And given it wasn't that I've eaten the whole thing, maybe I'd leave like 2 packs. But mostly that I don't have Ferrero Rochers all year round. Given this is this is a sight to see, as in this is a momentous occasion that happens annually where I do consume, in fact, a full box of Ferrero shares in one sitting. Given I don't think I could do that now, I'd probably vomit, but this had happened like a good 8 years in a row, I think. Probably. More sweet than two. All gum, just sweets, no teeth. Oh, the more like sweet teeth. Guys, the more that you know about me, the more unhinged I think you realize I am as a person. You know, I may be business in the front where you guys are like, oh my god, corporate baddie, little finger claps here and there, makes a good salary, knows her life is on track, academically accredited, career accredited, working to make her entrepreneur brain, go-getter girl, yes, queen. But then in reality, this gremlin that actually is 90% sugar in her bloodstream is probably it. So, sweet gums. Are you telling me this is like, are you legitimate? Like this could have killed me? I've done this 8 years. How did I not die yet? Oh, for sure, degenerate. It's a very different type of degenerate on stream, though. I ain't like Oonga Boonga, like beating my meat. Well, I mean, given I have taste in hentai, I watch it for the plot, but I think my life choices are probably not great. Diabetes. Oh no. Oh no, I actually do think I need to watch because I am worried that I think it does run in my family tree, so highly likely. I'm just surprised it hasn't happened yet. Business in the front, sugar gremlin under her skin crawling to get out. I really don't know what to tell y'all because I am just so surprised that none of y'all knew what a Ferrero share, given my pronunciation apparently is botched, but I stand by the way I pronounce it. Let it be known, on June 1st, 2026 at 11 p.m. that I love Ferrero shares. Hello! Hello! I cannot with you guys. Oh my god. Well, as I just checked the time. Oh my god, you know, I've never watched this anime before. Y'all, don't be shaming me with the way that I pronounce things. Doesn't it sound right, Ferrero share? Doesn't that sound like it could be a food? Doesn't it sound close enough? I'm the only one who didn't know the name but knew the package. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Let's see. But we are gonna be ending stream soon. I will need to find a victim to raid. I'm glad that I was able to share with you guys all of my feelings and my thoughts and my worries. For example, my physical health, which I think y'all are really concerned about. Again, let me take a poll. Do you guys think I should call my actual physical general doctor to tell them? You said to call my orthopedist. I don't actually have one. I mean, they're specialists. I would only go if I have a actual real issue. I did have an orthopedic, but why is there another ad break? What the hell just happened? It just... What? Why? No, dismiss. What is even happening? That's crazy. Actually crazy. No need for the poll. The answer is yes. The raid message is Ferrero shit. Yours are making me cry too much. Oh my gosh. Who's live right now? There is quite a lot of y'all live. I need to figure this out. Let's see. Oh, I definitely want to do Mouse PI for Hire. That's so good. There's a lot of people who are live right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, painting and art. Oh, Strawberry Moon is out again. And then, oh, is that Jack? What is Jack doing? There is a lot of people that are on right now. That's fantastic. Oh my god, oh my god. Let's see. I think who I'm going to raid. Oh, that's Armored Core. And the Zone Zero. I'm really looking at some people's. I don't know. It was such a good game. Did you finish it, Storm? I know you're playing it quite frequently, so. It's tough. It's tough. I think, you know what? Let's do somebody that we're not following right now. Oh, there's a fundraiser kickoff. Wait, hold on. There is a lot of stuff happening right now. Oh, there's a rat. There's a rat life on right now. Oh, she looks so cute. What else we got here? There's a lot of VTubers. You know what? We will raid let's see. We will raid a Mousy Gal. Oh, for a Mouse PI for Hire, it is so cool. And I love the art. The PNG tuber looks so good. It looks so good. Okay, we'll go ahead and start the raid. But again, thank you guys so much for being with me. Especially because I felt uncertain for my health today. Oh, I was a little delayed. Oh no, I didn't see it, Micro Pierce. I'm sorry. But copy that raid message. Again, slowly but surely, a lot of my stream stuff will be upgraded and will be fixed eventually if my health actually recovers. But thank you all so much for watching. It has been a privilege to be able to make you guys laugh, have a good conversation with y'all, and I hope we could do this more often. But without further ado, with all the love and hugs in the world, XOXO, Nezu loves you, and please, my dear mischief, stay cheesy, and I hope to see you guys in the next stream, which will be this Wednesday. And I also had it queued for art because I wanted to grind out and do more rigging. I'm hoping I will be able to, just because my health, you know, I'm not entirely sure how much I can really muster this week, but main priority is to be able to work out, get myself in a better headspace and a better health. So we'll see on the grind, and I hope you guys will be there for yet another Yap session. I would just love to be able to bond with you more, especially as we get on the grind. So again, that's 2 days time at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and have a beautiful morning, a fantastic afternoon, and a lovely evening, and sweet dreams. And have a restful one, because the week has just started and we definitely need it. I know I'm gonna need it because of how much work I'm gonna be doing. But thank you all, and take care. Till next time. Mwah.